Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about Bucs GM Jason Licht and whether or not he should be named the NFL's Executive of the Year. Now, I'll be honest, I saw other people talking about this across the social media platforms, and I decided to make my own video here today and give my thoughts on the topic as to whether or not Jason Licht should be named the NFL's Executive of the Year. So, to anybody who's watching this video who has already talked about that topic, thank you for inspiring me to make this video. So, I don't think that it's a secret. I'm a huge fan of Bucs GM Jason Licht. I really am. I really think that he has done a very solid job with this team in building the roster and learning from the mistakes that he has made. But also, I'm going to school for sports management, so it's very, interesting to me to see how front office staff for NFL teams got to their positions and the moves that they had to make and how they worked their way up. And Jason Licht is no exception. I've been very fascinated with the career of Jason Licht and how he became the GM of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's worked with a lot of good teams in Arizona, in New England, among a couple of other places as well. So I'm a huge fan of Jason Licht, and I love the climb that he has made to get to his position as GM with the Bucs. And so far, I think he's done a very solid job. Now, before this recent season, where the Buccaneers went 11-5, Jason Licht did not have the best record as a general manager. He had 5 out of his 6 seasons were losing seasons, the only winning season being that 9-7 year back in 2016. Aside from that, they were all losing years. Now, Jason Licht has had a lot of not great decisions that have been made in his drafting in particular, as well as free agency. Deshaun Jackson didn't work out. Chris Baker didn't work out in the NFL draft. Matt Gay didn't work out. Roberto Aguayo didn't work out, among some other choices that were made both in free agency and in the NFL draft that did not work out. One of the main reasons that I like Jason Licht is because once he makes a mistake, he is very quick to correct that mistake. In the cases of Matt Gay and Roberto Aguayo, he said, okay, this situation is not working. Goodbye, guys. I'm going to keep on trying to find my kicker. He eventually found his kicker in Ryan Suckup. In the case of Deshaun Jackson and Chris Baker, he said, okay, these free agent signings didn't work out. Sorry, guys. I'll see you later. And in came in guys like Scotty Miller, in came in guys like Vita Vea, among other people who have been able to basically give better production than what those players gave to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the very limited time that they were here. So one of the biggest things I love about Jason Licht's mentality as a general manager is when he does make mistakes, he is very quick to admit, hey, I was wrong, my bad, let's correct this mistake. And even in coaching hirings, the Lovie Smith era didn't work out that well, the Dirk Cutter era did not work out that well, but he eventually found his guy in current Buccaneers head coach Bruce Arians, who I think a lot of people agree has been a pretty good head coach for the Buccaneers in the 2 years that he's been here. He took a team that was overall pretty rough around the edges, got them to 7 wins despite the quarterback of that team throwing 30 interceptions, and then the very next year, he got them to an 11-5 record in 2 years. That's pretty darn good progression in my opinion. And the obvious one, he had a hand in bringing in Tom Brady. So that's phenomenal, right? And I know some people are going to say, well, Tom Brady came here because of Bruce Arians, but it all threads back to Jason Licht. Bruce Arians would not be here if it wasn't because of Jason Licht, and, that's just how that is, okay? I mean, Bruce Arians has come out multiple times and said, I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for Jason Licht. I wouldn't have come out of coaching if it wasn't for Jason Licht. So Jason Licht had a hand in bringing in Bruce Arians, obviously, and he had a hand in bringing in Tom Brady. And you can basically point to any single player on this roster that is making the Super Bowl this year, by the way. And besides, I believe, just Levante David and Will Golston, Jason Licht has been at least partially responsible in helping bring those players in. I mean, even just looking at his draft, Jordan Whitehead, Antoine Winfield Jr., Devin White, Vita Vea, that's just on Carlton Davis, Sean Murphy-Bunting, Jamel Dean, that's just on the defensive side of the football. Mike Edwards as well. On the offensive side of the football, Tyler Johnson, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Scotty Miller, Alex Kappa, Ali Marpet, Donovan Smith, Tristan Wirfs, In the running back room, Ronald Jones, like all of these people who Buccaneers fans love and support. Jason Licht's had a hand in bringing these people in, and it's all culminated. It's all been brought together for this Super Bowl run that is now nearing its completion. You know, we're only a week and a half away from the Buccaneers playing in the Super Bowl. So, yeah, in my opinion, Jason Licht should definitely probably be named the executive of the year, especially whenever you bring in a guy like Tom Brady, the GOAT. Like, come on, that's absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. And he did have a hand in bringing in Tom Brady to this team. I really don't care what anybody says. It all threads back to Jason Licht in some way, shape, or form. So honestly, I mean, any GM who would have gotten Tom Brady this offseason should have been named executive of the year. You don't get the GOAT leaving his old team and going to a new team very often. Besides Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, it's pretty darn rare. So for Jason Licht to be the GM, to be able to help lure Tom Brady over to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think definitely that alone would have him in heavy consideration for that award. But given how the season has been, given all the pieces that Jason Licht has been able to bring in to be another contributing factor as to why Tom Brady would want to come to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and just have this team play as a complete team. Tom Brady has such a great cast around him, both on offense and on defense, and that cast was built by Jason Licht. So I really am happy with the work that Jason Licht has done. I'm happy with the progression I've seen from him. I'm happy that he has been able to move on from the mistakes that he has made pretty darn quickly and just keep on trying to, fix situations that have been problems for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the past. The kicking situation was a problem. Buccaneers figured it out eventually. The quarterback situation was definitely murky and a little bit of a question mark. The Buccaneers ended up bringing in Tom Brady. All the things that Buccaneers fans have had complaints about in the past, few years, Jason Licht has said, okay, I hear you guys, let's work to correct this, and then he keeps on working to correct it until he gets it right, which I am very appreciative of. I really do like his approach. He swings for the fences when he needs to, and I think that he is a very solid drafter, and he's just an overall very solid mind and a very good roster constructor for this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. So, guys, with that being said, what do you guys think? Should Jason Licht be named the NFL's Executive of the Year? In my opinion, I think it's a resounding yes. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.